I really do appreciate your calling me.
Well, I promised you an interview after the funeral, and my word is good.
Well, sometimes people do have second thoughts.
Oh, Miss Hill, I have been waiting for the perfect opportunity to put the spotlight on Bradley Ward's murder. You are my opportunity. My father was a hero in this community. He was tough, he was smart, and he was successful. And he got attention paid where it was needed. That made him frightening to certain people. Now, he was cut down in his prime. The people responsible for it are walking around free. Now, that tells me somebody didn't do their job.
So the Port Charles police were incompetent?
Give them the benefit of the doubt. No doubt it was a matter of priorities, and my father's murder didn't rate very high on the list.
And why do you think that was?
I really have to say it? This is just a shot in the dark. But I believe if my father had been an important white man, someone would be doing time for the crime. Now, granted, this police force has a new complexion, shall we say. Let's just see if they have the follow-through.
Well, it sounds as though you're throwing down the gauntlet.
Does it? Good.
Any thoughts as to who might have killed your father?
Well, I know where I would start the investigation.
And where might that be?
Bradley Ward's philosophy was at odds with certain forces that stood for the status quo. Go back 20 years, find out who they are. The financial community, certain real estate developers, certain old-line politicians. No doubt the bureaucracy that controlled the school system in this town.
Education was a cornerstone of the Ward agenda, was it not?
Education is knowledge, and knowledge is power. And my father knew that this school system was not providing the same level and quality of learning for all the children in Port Charles. Poor children, children of color, were getting the short end of the ruler, so to speak.
Was it intentional?
What do you think?
Let's get back to these so-called forces from 20 years back. Could you be more specific?
How specific?
Perhaps you could name names.
Oh, you certainly could not.
Granny Mae, shouldn't you be in bed?
No, Clyde.
Well, you remember that I promised Miss Hill an interview after the funeral.
Mm-hmm. Did you get what you needed?
Well, for a preliminary interview, we're in pretty good shape. Let's wrap this up, okay?
Good. You know, I just got home from the hospital. I had a pretty bad spell the day after the funeral.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That must have been a terrible strain. You all right?
Oh, I'm getting there. Thank you.
Maybe we can continue this at a later date after you've done some digging on your own.
That's a good idea. Thank you. Actually, thank you both. I do hope you get to feeling better, Mrs. Ward.
Every minute.
Let me help you upstairs.
I don't need your help, Justus. What on earth is wrong with you?
Excuse me?
No, I will not excuse you. This house is not a courtroom. It is a home for me and the babies I take care of. And I don't want the press running wild in here.
This is important, Granny Mae. If we keep attention on the investigation, the police have got to stay on top of it. Now, you have got to trust that I know what I'm doing.
No, Justus, I have got not to do anything, and certainly because you say so.
Granny Mae.
Justus, let me tell you something. I changed your dirty diapers, and I wiped your runny nose. So don't go telling me how smart you were. I got my own wisdom on this.
Okay, well, let's just worry about your blood pressure right now.
No, you should have worried about my blood pressure before you went up on the top of the house and put a neon sign up there saying, Justus Ward is in town and he's taking no prisoners.
I want to know why you're so dead set against me doing this.
Because, Justus. Because you are so young. You think you're going to live forever, just like your father.
I'm not afraid.
But, Justice, you should have the sense to be afraid. When important people feel threatened, they get scared. And when they get scared, they get dangerous. Now, look, baby, I have been through this once before. And I don't know what I would do if something happened to you. Do you understand?
Nothing's gonna happen to me, Granny. I promise you. I can't take this. You have got to stop worrying about